If they have made those necessary adjustments to finally jump over that hurdle and take down Hydra Nation, be one of the first teams to do it as well. And I'm really excited to see if Llama Lords have reached that next level here against 5mo's 1 Krill. As we're jumping into the ban phase here, Lego. We got the Pocket taken down from 5mo's 1 Krill. Pocket off the board from Llama Lords. And now we get into the fun stuff. Let's see what they build up.
Yeah, first time we see the Pocket actually get banned here instead of picked. But it has been seeing great success pretty much all day, as well as a very strong character. That does, however, leave the Yamato and the Viscous on the board. We actually see the Yamato picked up there from Llama Lords, the Wraith going over to the side of 5mo's 1 Krill, prioritizing those big characters here. We can see the Kelvin pick up as well in that support slot. But, I mean, there's a lot of questions, I think, about this match. Because, like you're saying, Llama Lord's kind of the second seed here to Hydra Nation, and 5mo's 1 Krill. You know, we saw them have the 9-minute game, but, you know, it can be brought into question just the quality of that game. And really, we're not quite, I don't think we're quite sure where 5mo's 1 Krill stand as a team. So I think this is a really good test for them.
Yeah.
To see how good they actually are. Because I feel like they are good, and I want to see that.
Yeah, we get that litmus paper out, and we get to see if, you know, if it's going to test true or not against a team like Llama Lords. So, Wraith, Kelvin, Warden for the side of 5mo's 1 Krill. I like the side of Llama Lords as well. I mean, you get that Yamato pick. We saw how strong that Yamato can be alongside of Viscous, too. That is scary. You get the Mirage pick and the Infernus. This is a very well put together squad. Very typical squad from what we've been seeing on the winning side, at least today, for our Proving Grounds.
Yeah, Mirage has been seeing a lot of success, as well as Yamato in the hands of the right players. And we see the Warden come out as well. Been a popular character here. 5mo's 1 Krill. Already kind of building more into that sustain style that we've been seeing all day. The Lash there as well to complement that. Looking to set up some big combos potentially. And there's the Abrams from the side of Llama Lords. Curious to see what these last picks are, because though there's a lot of characters I think we've seen today, the combination that's showing up on both sides is definitely kind of shaken up from what we've been looking at.
Well, the Lash pick isn't surprising to me, especially for 5mo's 1 Krill. I'm pretty sure they were running the Lash last time as well. We saw them on stream, and they were very active with that ultimate. I mean, not afraid to just throw it out there, see if you can catch a few players. It's the same thing that we're seeing at a Quake. If you have a chance to use that ultimate and there's players to catch out, use it and hopefully see if your team can maybe find a pick or two, really give you the edge into what could be the rest of the map. But seeing an Abrams on the other side doesn't shock me as well. It's just going to be able to kind of absorb that pressure that's going to be put on between this Warden, the Lash, especially the Lady Geist, and throw it back at you. And to top things off for Llama Lords, you get that Dynamo again. I mean, Quake was a menace with the Dynamo for those actives, especially towards the middle games when you're looking to find those adaptations and where you can shut them down. You're looking at those actives to be what shuts down your opponents. And I think that for either team that looks to rise to the top of Deadlock is you're looking at those actives to really give you the edge towards that late game. And I think that Curse is definitely one of those actives that will give you an edge over some of these players. But we're into the action here for 5mo's 1 Krill on the Sapphire Flame side. Let's see if they can take down some of the best here, as we are already seeing a little bit of a back and forth in trades going on over towards Broadway Uptown. It is going to be a lot of damage taken for the Yamato and the Dynamo, so they're going to have to back up a little bit. This is a Lash Kelvin they're playing into. Not an easy lane.
Yeah, that Ice Beam can dish out quite a lot of damage. That Ice Grenade as well very early on. You got to be aware of that, especially Lash. If you push up too far, he will punish you with the Ground Slam, and it can literally look like you're winning, and it can flip on a dime with the abilities that they have. Because we do have the Shiv against the Infernus here in the solo lane, and the Wraith and Mirage over on that Park side, it looks like. The Lash and the Kelvin, of course, laning against that. But we have the Viscous and Abrams against the Warden Geist. that looks like a nasty lane kind of all around, I'll be real. There's a lot of sustain versus quite a lot of poke. And I'm curious to see how that one turns out. It could be a bit of a slugfest, which actually it looks like it's turning out to be right now with this pretty aggressive dive here from the Sapphire. Try and maybe pick up something. Will pick up Lord NM. A nice bomb there from Total War.
A little bit of an overextension there. Young Calc already looking to get away. Low HP on this Abrams. Doesn't want to get caught under Guardian there, but 5 Mo's 1 Krill doing a great job at weeding out that Viscous. You can also see some fights over towards Broadway. It's finally Adorian taking down Mamba. Flare goes down as well. Flare was the main carry for 5 Mo's 1 Krill when we saw them absolutely dominating in their 9-minute game versus UMAD Esports. It was Flare on the pocket that was just a treat for this team, and to see him swap over to the Lash, I expect him to kind of be that same superstar for this team again.
Yeah, Lash can definitely be a very snowbally character. He wants to, you know, win lane, get ahead, and then be able to roam around and take fights and pick off players. Just use that ground slam as much as possible, get some good height, roam through the mid, through the museum. It actually looks like that's what we're seeing right now. We see that Lash rotating over. He's in the center. He's up on the museum watching this Abrams and this Viscous. It looks like he's actually jumping in right now. A big gank over on that green side. And they're actually able to pick up a kill there as well. Actually, no, sorry. They got killed in the 3v2. They get one in return on the trade.
Oh.
It will be a 1-for-1.
So it's actually a Lash off of Respawn going over towards Greenwich and taking down Lord yet again. So a little bit of a swap up in the lanes. They're going to send the Warden back over towards the Kelvin to see if now this change up can help the Kelvin of Mamba maybe resurface into this lane. Idorian gonna have to back up from that. The Frost Grenade does not land exactly onto this Yamato. Power Slash gonna hit, but minimal damage onto Lona as it swaps over towards Greenwich, and you see that Puddle Punch right into Flare. The punch in the melee going to combo in to take down the Lash, and right back into form. This Viscous now shoving lane alongside their teammate.
Yeah, I don't know if they should have left the Lash in this lane. Lash is not very good into Viscous, and you have the Abrams as well, who can play pretty well against that. So it's certainly a rough matchup, and getting stuck under the bridge there, like we saw, the Puddle Punch is able to do a lot, and there's not really, you can't really grapple out from under the bridge. You're kind of trapped there, which is not where you want to be as Lash. You want to be in the open air, and of course, Viscous is just so good at absorbing the burst damage in Abrams as well that it's definitely a bit of a rough matchup. I think I would have liked to see the Lash go back to the other lane and the Warden stay there, but we'll see if they're kind of able to recover. They're staying pretty even in the souls in that department. So
well, here's your wish. The Warden's coming back. You get a pinch in from the middle of the map. It looks like you want to maybe triple up against this Abrams and Viscous already backing up in towards their market. Calc low, same with the Viscous, and it looks like Calc is actually going to be taken down by Flare using the Lash ultimate, the Death Slam, to move the Abrams out into the open. Now Lord in trouble. He's going to fall. Flare collects that kill, and it's a successful gank from Lona to collect a couple kills there into Greenwich and grab that pressure back for your team.
Yeah, some good rotations there. They're going to keeping the lanes pretty much the same here, though. But yeah, picking up that Viscous and not dying was really huge. And they're able to recover a little bit of deficits as that blue team's still down just a tiny bit, just a few hundred souls. Not enough to really matter. But those tier 2 camps have just spawned just over 5 minutes into the game. So farming opportunities showing up. I think we're going to see a lot of cold fronts getting purchased right now. The Yamato, the Lash, maybe even the Shiv here, as we see this Warden and Kelvin actually take a moment to get their camps. And these are going to be pretty important when the game is this tight. This might just be a mid-game of centimeters.
Lord moving over towards York. It looks like there is help as well from Flare. He's going to be matching this gank from the Viscous to assist the Shiv. York Uptown in a little bit of distress, as you can see how low that Guardian is, but they are going to be able to shove this lane back on. We swap over to Broadway. The Singularity is going to catch this Warden out in the open, and Dorian not able to grab that kill just yet. In fact, nobody's going down. The Connect pulls onto Mamba as the Frozen Shelter is going to keep them in play. Flare ends up dropping over to the north side. You see the Yamato ultimate from Dorian finally going to collect Lona, as there was a triple up into Broadway for that take. They take down the Guardian, but it looks like there might be a trade on the Greenwich side as well. There is. Total War. He's going to grab that.
Total War now making the great escape here. As Amber looked to retake a little bit of a lead, but still, I mean, keeping it pretty neck and neck. The Yamato is up just a bit in money, which is what you really want to have as the Yamato, but still, I mean, these players have kept it. They have done a very even laning phase thus far. No one has really come out to an incredibly dynamic lead. Right now, everyone's just kind of jungling and taking their farm as well. But those first Guardians, if they're able to get those first flex slots, that could be big here as we look like actually a 2v2. Kelvin moving over as well on this park side, looking to potentially make something happen, but looks like Pure Content not willing to push up for this. They think they know that something is a miss there and force Kelvin to back off.
Well, here we go for the card trick there. It's going to take Pure Content down pretty low, but you still have to worry about Sizzlucky, who just continues to chip away at this Wraith. Nobody's paying attention to the Mirage, and look how low you go. No escape for the Bananas, and Dorian's going to clean that up, coming to the rescue of the rest of your team. No ultimate available for Lona, as he's going to fall as well. Last stand, no stands, and 5 Mo's, 1 Krill. Down 2 members yet again. Llama Lord's going to grab this Park Guardian and just continue their reign of terror on the map.
5 Mo's, 1 Krill. Played that very well. I think what happened there, we have the Dynamo and the Mirage. You know, they saw that there was 2 members over in Park. They kind of expected someone else to show up, but they didn't like fully commit to that push. The Kelvin kind of backed off, but as soon as Llama Lords kind of saw that, they committed with their Viscous, and the rest of the team kind of showed up, and they were able to really like make a fight out of something that it was like a bait into a real fight, like a double bait almost there. So just some good team rotations there from Llama Lords.
Parry onto the Guardian. Telekinesis going to be saved by the Cube. Guardian still active for a second. Frozen Shelter keeping this Abrams away from the objective. Lord's actually going to be caught there from Lona, and the Guardian is going to be taken out finally. Lona coming to help. Here comes the combustion from Rokane, and it is also going to assist with the rest of Llama Lords to clean up this fight, as the objective is taken down, and the kills should be there as well. Says Lucky, he's low, might not be able to escape this with his life. And no, he won't. Dash is going to finish that one off finally, but the trade there for Llama Lords, that is a successful take onto the Guardian.
Yeah, now establishing a somewhat, not a huge lead, but a bit of a soul lead. Of course, they have that flex slot up on 5 Mo's, 1 Krill now. They've put the Wraith, they've put the Lash a little bit back in terms of money, which is not good for 5 Mo's, 1 Krill, because making up the deficit on those characters, it does not feel good. You want to be ahead in that department. And now it looks like an earn run coming out from Pure Content. Llama Lords now looking to solidify a good soul lead if they're able to make this drop here. I think 5 Mo's, 1 Krill. I don't know if they will contest it, but I think they might need to contest it in order to stay in this. I don't want the Yamato Mirage Infernus team getting any more ahead than they currently are right now, especially when you have characters on that 5 Mo's, 1 Krill roster that need the souls.
Yeah, fortunately enough, it's only a 3K soul lead, looking like a 4K soul lead when, you know, everything stays consistent between these two teams. So it's not like the end of the world here for 5 Mo's, 1 Krill. They can contest this one. It just doesn't seem like they want to. They know they have objectives that they need to take. So it's one of those things that is, you want to keep your attention to those objectives, see if you can take these Guardians, let that urn be retrieved. And for the rest of this map, just see if you can trade elsewhere, grab those objectives, open up those flex slots, and really start to open up this game for a potential comeback. The Solar, yeah, it's good, but those flex slots are just way too important to give up.
Looks like that's actually what they're doing right now here. We see that pressure on that part Guardian from the Wraith and the Warden here. And this center lane pressure here as well. The Abrams Young Calc is here to respond to that, to try and preserve this Guardian, but it looks like that purple one will be falling down. So one Guardian closer to getting that flex slot, but Llama Lord's doing a good job of preserving these center lanes for as long as possible. And I mean, these are the harder ones to ultimately get. And now they've grown the lead to about 10k with that urn. Looking in a pretty comfortable spot for this mid game.
Young Calc should be good. That Lady Geist is starting to get powerful here in the early game. And you saw Young Calc just get chipped away by the one from the Geist. So there's the Guardian down. That's a flex slot open now for 5 Mo's 1 Krill is the first one. And, you know, for people who are like, okay, the soul urn, yeah, it's important for sure. But, like, if you getting souls is nice, but if you have nowhere to spend those souls, it's really all for naught. You need these flex slots, or else you're limiting yourself to the potential items that you can buy. You know, in that whole sense, it's just you're getting souls for no reason. And at that point, you have to make those tough decisions of giving up other items just to fill that gap. So for 5 Mo's 1 Krill, it is apparent that they need to put some focus on these objectives. And I imagine they're going to start to split push into some of these walkers now, see if they can, you know, lessen the pressure from Llama Lords across the map and really diversify their attention.
Both sides pretty spread out. They have a nice even spread across the map here. There's no big spots for some coverage. Looks like that green lane might be getting some push, but no one's going to follow up on that wave. Just going to send it in. It looks like get the temple camps here. Mamba and company going to be cleaning those out. I know on Krill. I gotta imagine they're going to be looking for something at some point. There's still that one Guardian that's alive. They see the pressure over on that yellow lane as well. Looks like we actually got Kelvin rotating over to maybe catch this Mirage, but no, they're just going to back up. Both sides not quite able to find a big opportunity. Looking to just kind of farm for the moment. The 10k soul lead mostly just apart. And
without that urn being up or really any objective to contest on the map, it's tough to shove lanes. You know, Llama Lords, they have no reason to group up right now. They can separate and contest the lanes as they please and rotate around the map. And that makes it difficult for 5 Mo's 1 Krill to really shove into the opposite side and see if they can take some of these objectives. As you can see that Llama Lords have pushed in towards the Uptown York. They are now looking for some of these players, see if they can track them down. And Rokane's up top. He has his ultimate ready. He's going to be jumping on down, and this is going to be a tough look for 5 Mo's 1 Krill. You have the Viscous Ball now. The Goo Ball looking to catch some of these players open. The Combustion going to catch onto the Wraith, and that way it's the chase for the likes of Rokane. Beanos can't get away. Lord's traded, but the 3-for-1 right now, and Dash isn't able to get away anyways. So 4-for-2 in total. A 5-for-2 for Llama Lords. And it is going to really set them back in terms of souls.
Yeah. Quite a bit. They're going for a really early mid-boss here as well. They're just going to capitalize on it. They said, yeah, 4 down. Let's just go for it. They are coming back online. They might have the opportunity to contest the Rejuvenator here. It looks like 4 members of Llama Lords. You see the Lash and the Warden and the Kelvin rushing in here as well.
Abrams.
Seismic Impact getting ready. Dive in. Llama Lord's actually going to be able to secure it. And now it's just the great escape here. The Kelvin trapped in, might be going down, go to the frozen shelter up, is just going to die inside. And a good mid-boss there from Llama Lords.
And look, Llama Lords, they know they can just fight this one. They have the numbers, they have the souls, they have the edge right now, and they're ready to push it. Tip the scales into their favor, and you can see that everybody is hunting down these members. Dash going to be able to get the killing blow into Young Calc, but is it going to be enough? It's just drawing attention away, but you look at the damage that's been done. Dash isn't going to be able to escape, and the only one standing is Beanos. These walkers are now being threatened to go down, and Llama Lord's lead is just continuing to snowball at this point. You are really facing down the barrel of a loaded gun.
Yeah, this is kind of what we're worried about, right? It starts with like a couple things, and it just sort of snowballs out of control from there. 5 Mo's 1 Krill not able to catch any breaks during that. And now this far ahead, they are kind of in turtle up defensive mode in order to like maybe farm for the late game, wait for Llama Lords to overcommit, make a mistake, or have something happen. But this Yamato has 20k. This Yamato is building dangerously. We got toxic bullets on the Mirage as well. Looks like it could be an angle for getting a ricochet or something, considering some of these items. So it's going to limit a lot of their healing. It's going to be just kind of tough to deal with all around. You need money on your Lash and your Wraith. You need some more money on your Shiv is doing pretty well, but you can't rely on that. You got to get Llama Lords low in order to get the execute, and there's just so much healing, so much sustain on that
Take a look at this. Singularity's up for this Urn push, as they're going to be looking to start this fight over towards 5 Mo's 1 Krill's return spot to the uptown of Greenwich and York. Lord carrying the Urn. It doesn't seem like they're ready for it just yet, as they're really hoping that maybe a Dorian could do a little bit more damage towards that Warden. Instead, they burned the last stand, and they're just distracting right now. Well, these walkers are getting walked on. You can see that over and towards Uptown Park. Walker should be deleted. Broadway's going to lose theirs as well. You get the cube onto Young Kelk, as the last stand might not be ready for the side of 5 Mo's 1 Krill, but they want to fight this nonetheless. The trade from the Lady Geist in her ultimate's going to at least force Young Kelk away, low on HP. Sizz Lucky's going to ride for the TP. Young Kelk, can he get away? He has so far. Back in, he dies. Lonar lands the melee, and he is going to be able to survive this fight for 5 Mo's 1 Krill. They've pushed them back for now.
Holding on for just a bit longer here. We saw that recovery beam come into play there from Lord, building the support. Viscous has duration extended recovery beam. That kind of stuff, not going for the big spirit damage or a gun build here. Just playing into that support to keep the Yamato, the Abrams, the Mirage cooking as long as possible. But now, lack of walkers on the side of 5 Mo's 1 Krill.
Yep.
Space is limited for sure. And another Urn run here from Pure Content, or see if they are able to deliver it all the way over deep in 5 Mo's 1 Krill territory here. Grouping up.
They still have Singularity too, so this is going to be a good fight. And you have the combustion from the Infernus, so you have ultimates that are going to be massive killing blows onto 5 Mo's 1 Krill. A lot of disruption for this side, and to match it, I mean, the killing blows there, last stands back up, you have the telekinesis and the frozen shelter, so you should be able to at least make this last. But it is going to be a tough one to win, especially considering you're down 20k souls. This is a tough fight to take if you're 5 Mo's 1 Krill, but it's not really one that you can give up for free. So they're going to take a look at this one. All 6 members grouped up. You're losing walkers right now if you're Llama Lords, but your focus is on towards this Urn. Telekinesis is going to land on the Pure Content. He's not going to be able to use that Singularity at all. The Soul Urn is returned, but that's a huge kill to look to turn this fight now. 5 Mo's 1 Krill, they're on the exit, and that's for a good reason. And Dorian is just chasing down one by one with Rokane. Ultimate now, the transformation. Lonar's in trouble. The Power Slash going to kill him out. Warden back to the respawn, grapples into the base now. And this is just 5 Mo's getting sent in a body bag back to the respawn.
A full team wipe here. This Yamato just chasing him down in the base. Both the Shrines and the Patron are probably going to be lost here with no mid-boss up. This is the big objective. The base is going to be absolutely ravaged by Llama Lords right now. Both the Shrines gone here, and I mean, even without the Singularity, they don't need it. They had the combustion, like you pointed out, and the Yamato ult, of course, was held on until they really, really needed it. Actually, Llama Lord's looking like they're backing out kind of early here. I'm not going to go for the Patron, just going to take the Shrines, will take their lead, and buy their items. They have a lot of money from that fight to spend. Playing it safe here. It's a smart decision. They can always come back and get another one.
Well, this could be it. Telekinesis from Benos. See if he can catch his lucky here. TP's through, and where are he going here? Benos is in trouble. Slowing Hex onto the Wraith. The chase the other way now. It looks like he's going to be able to arrive to Lona and safe and sound. That got a little bit scary for a second.
Yeah, nice teleport to get out of that one. Sometimes going backwards, you can confuse them for sure, but it looks like we have another Urn pickup here. Lord this time, the carrier, going to deposit it on the other side. Just running these urns constantly. Llama Lords have been very consistent with it, and it's going to force another fight here, which once again, they have all their ultimates available, and there's no telekinesis on the other side as they look to group up and take this. They're going to leave their Infernus and Mirage, looks like, to pressure other parts of the map. So a 4v4 is what we're about to be in for.
Soul lead, soul urn, everything set up. This is potential last fight territory for 5 Most 1 Krill. If they lose this, the game surely has to be over. As Llama Lords, they can see the finish line, at least the grand finals in their sight. Soul Urn's going to be deposited and returned. And no contention. We got a big fight going on throughout the middle. Gotta span over, see what's going on. As you can see, the telekinesis is going to be used, but met by the singularity. 3 people caught. No, go down, goes low enough. Flare followed up. The assist following in for the Dynamo. Dash is going to be able to take down Rocane, but that's all you're going to find. Ultimate from the lady guys, but it's met by the transformation of the Yamato. And nothing you throw is landing. 5 Most 1 Krill. This looks like it is their last hurrah in the Proving Grounds number 3.
Kelvin going down. The last member is fully wiped here as the patron is all that stands between Llama Lord. They're going for mid-boss.
They're not even ending it.
They're going for mid-boss. That's kind of an interesting decision. I would have expected them to just get the patron. They probably could have ended the game there, but continuing, I guess, to make conservative play calls here and just do the mid-boss first and then force one more fight.
Chat, is this BM? I can't imagine it. Here we go. Rejuvenator. And mid-boss buff now onto the minions as these base guardians are surely going to be sieged out. Trouble for 5 Most 1 Krill as this is the cherry on top, I'd say. You can see there, pure content tracking the time of when that Rejuvenator was picked up. That's so that they can know when it ends, at least to the timer sake for the buffs. And this is really Llama Lords doing their victory lap, I'd say. Just checking off all of their boxes. 5 Most 1 Krill, they're able to respawn. And this is a tough look.
Yeah, it definitely is. No Death Slam here either, as Llama Lords now grouping up outside the base. A couple of Guardians standing here. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and make quick work of these before they push in. And have every route available here. To get into it, the Yamato already jumping in, taking quite a bit of damage, but should be just fine. The rest of the team now showing up, and the patron getting focused here, taking a lot of damage, getting burnt down. It's like 5 Most 1 Krill going to have to wait to take that fight in the pit for an opportunity to maybe turn this one around. The telekinesis comes in, is going to hit a few. Only able to pick up, unfortunately, none of them. It's Yamato with a nice ult, the Death Slam. Looks like it doesn't grab anyone either, as 5 Most 1 Krill running out of options here and getting cut down left and right. The Lash is gone, the Wraith is gone. A base dive here, the combustion in the base. They're looking for the kill. They'll find it, the Yamato with the grapple. And this is it. The Geist is gone. It's a team wipe. Llama Lords and GG is called.
GG's in the chat. GG's for 5 Most 1 Krill. It was a lovely run from this team. I mean, they could say that they got a sub 10-minute game back in round number 2, but when you match up against Llama, you can see that multiple players over that 20k damage mark. You see the assist coming in from Young Kelk with that shoulder charge really setting things up. The ground slam as well. 15 kills from it.